Hello Starseeds and welcome back to my channel. As you can tell from the title and the thumbnail, I'm going to be making a wig today. Watch me color it and put it all together. So starting out, I'm just mixing some color with some conditioner and I'm going to tone the knots. So we're starting out with 613 hair. Got some curly, deep wave hair. And this is me toning the knots so that it looks good when I install. So first you're going to go ahead and measure out your closure and put it in its place. Go ahead and mark up your cap, get your lines right and everything, because we are constructing this wig. Constructing and coloring as we go. So I'm just using my sewing machine, following the guides. And as you can see, up until we get up to that closure part, I got all my tracks laid nice and flat and ready to install the closure and go ahead and get the color going. So here's all the colors that I'll be using today to go ahead and get this dimensional color that I'm going for, kind of like a fall look. Was very inspired by leaves and fall and camo print and all of those things. So these are the colors that I came up with to go ahead and put on this wig. When working with deposit colors such as Adore or Kiss, it's always good to use conditioner so you can see the pure color, so you can actually see it, and just kind of loosens it up. It helps you get more out of your product as well. It helps with application. It just helps a lot when you add a little conditioner to the color. And it also can dilute the color as well if you're looking to go a little lighter. It helps with diluting as well. So I'm just like picking and placing with this color because it is dimensional. It's giving, highlights, just pick and place. I do leave a lot of blonde as well. So I'm really just picking up as I go, and it's really a lot of freehand. It's very much a freehand dimensional color. Also pay attention to how much hair I have. I literally only have like one track at a time. I believe some of them I did double when sewing down. It's about 3 bundles in this wig. So just be mindful of how much hair you are taking out and coloring, just so that it can fully deposit through. You want to make sure that you don't have any spots and things like that in the hair. And as you can see here, as we get into depositing this yellow color, Be very, very careful with the yellow because it is, bright. You don't want any other colors to bleed and stain. So be very mindful, very careful. I am an experienced stylist. I've been doing this for years, so I'm just picking and placing. You are more than welcome to do the same method and use foil if you like. It would be a little bit more time consuming, but the way that I'm doing works just fine for me. Just picking and placing and getting it hair colored. And here's some of the progress. You can start to see how it's going to come out a little bit. You start to see your placement, how the hair is laying and things like that. So you're just working your way up, all the way up into that closure, just picking and placing, laying your colors down and just working your way up. So now we are at the closure part, and you want to make sure that this is going to be to your liking. So you want to have that vision or a picture or whatever your vision is for this hair. So for me, I'm doing a middle part. I'm making sure that my part is centered, just making sure that everything is lined up correctly. And then just pay attention to how I'm slicing and parting the closure so I can pick and place how I want my colors to lay. Be mindful of what colors you want in the front. If you want a specific money piece kind of thing going on, place that accordingly. Because once again, this is how you want it to turn out. You know which tones and which colors work best for you, and how you want that to look at your hairline and at the front of your face. Face framing and all of that. Just make sure that you have it to your liking, how you want it to be. And so you could just see how I'm kind of painting here, just kind of working my way up, trying to get as close to the roots as possible because you don't want to have any lines of demarcation or, you don't want your color to come out looking spotty and blotchy. So just make sure once you get to that closure part that you are getting as close to the roots as possible. And again, I'm just slicing through. So I'm working one side at a time. I'm working on each side of the middle part. So working my way up until I get to the middle part. And then I will turn it around and do the other side and work on that side so that it's not giving skunk stripes or anything like that. It's just looking like a dimensional color with the pick and place highlights. Once again, adding that yellow last, making sure that yellow is the last color that I add on top here so that we don't get any bleeding or anything like that. And now you can see I just mirrored what I did on one side of the part on the other side so that it's nice and cohesive. And this is what the outcome looks like. I left the blonde out in the front. And this is after it's been washed and conditioned and everything. So you can see how all the colors blend. We're going to towel dry it a little bit, put a little bit of oil and mousse in the palm of your hands. And you're just going to rub that all through the hair. Go ahead and mousse up those curls so that they can set as you let the hair dry. You want to make sure that the hair is fully saturated with your mousse and oil concoction and that you can rub your fingers through it. You want to do a little finger comb. Make sure that all the curls are going in the same direction so that when it dries, you have the desired look that you're going for. Now I'm just trimming the ends a little bit. This was 24, 26, 28. I believe, or 22, 24, 26, one of those combinations. So I'm just trimming the ends here because I don't like, see-through ends, especially on curly hair. I just wanted a straight blunt cut and I kind of want it to be all even. So once it dries, you'll see the hair kind of, the volume poof out a little bit. It does look very thin right now, but once it's dry, you'll see how it comes out. Just get into the color. Just get into all the dimensions, the dimensional color. I let it dry overnight. I let it air dry. So this is fresh first thing in the morning, how it looks after drying overnight. So now I'm just going to get the front together a little bit. You can just see how it flows and fluffs up once it's dry. That mousse really helps with that as well. So now I'm going to go ahead and get the closure part together. I'm taking my wax stick and going to go ahead and hot comb the front so it can lay flat, nice and flat, and get this desired look that I'm going for. Also, you may want to do a little plucking. With 613 here, you don't have to do as much plucking as you would for any other colors or things like that. Because it's so light, I didn't have to do as much plucking, but I did do a little bit of plucking just to get that hairline to not be so dense in the front. So you may just want to do some minor plucking or, pluck to your liking. And notice how I'm not allowing the hot comb to go too deep into the hair. I literally only want it right there by the part so it's laying nice and flat. And we get that little body in the front, pulling it back a little bit. So now that I'm seeing once it's been hot combed, I'm have all the hairs going in directions that I want them to. Now I'm going in and doing a little more plucking to get that that desired hairline that I'm going for. Then I just take my Got To Be glue, the spray, hairspray, and go ahead and hairspray the top of that so you don't have any flyaways. It's laying nice and flat. Go ahead and take your comb, make sure that all the hairs are nice and silky smooth, laid together. You want the top of that hair as flat as possible. You don't want it to be all bulky and things like that. So now I'm just taking this wig band. I'm going to go ahead and pull the hair back because now after doing the hot combing and everything, we are going to go back in with a little water and mousse and things like that. So we want to make sure that we don't mess up our closure and mess up everything that we just did. So now I'm taking my spray bottle and I'm just doing a light mist because as you can see, the closure part, it did get very dry and fluffy, and I want to still have that wet, wavy look. So I'm just doing a light mist here. I'm going to go in with a little mousse so we can get all those curls to be cohesive and not so poofy, but just right. So once again, going in with my mousse, did a light mist, and we're just going to finger comb those curls, not going too deep up into the closure because remember we just laid that flat. We want to keep that nice and straight and flat, and we're just gonna fluff up these curls. So this is the final look. As you can see, all the curls are nice and cohesive. It's nice and fluffy, all one length, middle part popping, color popping, dimensions popping. Just get into it. Just take your time, picking placements, just, you know, do it how you want to do it. And this is the final look. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, leave a comment down below. Love you guys. Bye.